8 Behaviors of People Who Don't Care About You. Stoicism. Have you ever stopped to wonder, do the people around me truly care about me? Not just with words, but with their actions? Here's the hard truth. Not everyone who shows up in your life is there to support you. Some will smile in your face while quietly hoping for your downfall. Others will cheer for your victories not out of pride, but out of curiosity to see how close you'll get to the edge before you stumble. That's why today on Stoic in Your Life, we're shining a light on the behaviors that reveal the truth about who's in your corner and who's simply taking up space. Life is too precious to waste on people who don't genuinely care about you. Let's dive deep into the 8 behaviors that uncover who truly values you and who doesn't. Once you understand these signs, you'll never waste another moment on someone unworthy of your time and energy. This lesson isn't just for today. It's one that will transform how you approach relationships for the rest of your life. Let's get started. Number 1. They only appear when they need. Some people show up in your life only when they need something. These are the individuals who treat relationships like a transaction rather than a bond. They seem to materialize when they need a favor, be it financial help, emotional support, or even just a task done for them. Yet when you're facing challenges or need a hand, they're conspicuously absent. Their connection to you is conditional, based on what they can gain, not a genuine interest in your well-being. This kind of behavior often leaves you feeling drained, unappreciated, or even used. It's not the hallmark of a true friendship or partnership. Genuine relationships are rooted in reciprocity, a give and take that feels balanced and mutually enriching. When one person consistently takes without ever giving back, it's not just unfair, it's a glaring red flag that their care for you is shallow at best. Think about a story that might feel all too familiar. A young professional named Maya often found herself helping her friend Ben whenever he was in trouble. Whether it was lending money, listening to him vent about his struggles, or stepping in to help him with his projects, she was always there. But when Maya's father fell ill and she reached out for emotional support, Ben was suddenly too busy or conveniently unavailable. Over time, Maya realized that her friendship with Ben wasn't based on mutual care but rather on what she could do for him. This epiphany was a turning point for her, and she began setting boundaries to protect her time and energy. Have you ever found yourself in Maya's shoes, wondering if someone in your life genuinely values you or just values what you can do for them? One of the Stoic secrets to navigating such situations is understanding the importance of boundaries. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, once wrote, "Love the hand that fate deals you and play it as your own." This doesn't mean accepting mistreatment. It means recognizing reality and taking control of your response. When you identify that someone's behavior consistently depletes you without offering anything in return, it's time to reevaluate their role in your life. Ask yourself, does this person contribute positively to my well-being, or am I merely a resource to them? Setting boundaries is not an act of selfishness. It's a way of preserving your own peace and ensuring that your energy is invested in relationships that truly matter. The lesson here is simple yet profound. Protect your time and emotional resources by being mindful of the people you allow into your inner circle. Relationships should nourish and uplift you, not drain you. If someone only appears when they need something, it's a signal to reflect on their place in your life and whether their presence aligns with your values. Remember, relationships aren't about keeping score, but they are about mutual respect and care. You deserve to be surrounded by people who value you for who you are, not just for what you can offer. Are there people in your life today whose actions make you feel otherwise? What steps can you take to ensure your relationships are balanced and meaningful? Recognizing these dynamics and addressing them with a clear mind and firm boundaries is an act of self-respect. It's not about closing yourself off from the world. It's about opening yourself up to relationships that truly matter. As you reflect on your connections, let this be your guiding principle. The right people will walk with you in both your moments of triumph and your struggles, not just when it's convenient for them. Remember, By embodying the Stoic secrets of balance and self-awareness, you not only protect yourself from exploitative relationships but also cultivate a circle of trust and support that will enrich your life. Number 2. They downplay your success. A key indicator that someone doesn't genuinely care about you is their tendency to downplay or dismiss your accomplishments. When you achieve something significant, whether it's reaching a personal goal, attaining a professional milestone, or succeeding academically, they often respond with indifference, veiled sarcasm, or a subtle undercutting of your efforts. Rather than celebrating your hard work and dedication, they may minimize your achievements by attributing them to luck, external circumstances, or sheer happenstance. This behavior reflects more about them than it does about you. Often, it stems from insecurity, jealousy, or a deep-seated fear of being left behind. As Marcus Aurelius reminds us in Meditations, the impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. By understanding that this dismissive attitude is rooted in their struggles rather than your shortcomings, you can protect your emotional well-being and maintain a clear perspective on your worth. In modern life, where comparisons are constant and competition feels unavoidable, the behavior of others can significantly affect our confidence if we allow it. Social media platforms, for example, have created an environment where achievements are constantly displayed, inviting both applause and silent criticism. For someone harboring insecurities, seeing others succeed can trigger feelings of inadequacy. Modern Stoicism offers a powerful counterbalance to this by teaching us to focus on our virtues, values, and inner purpose rather than external validation. As Epictetus wisely said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." If someone downplays your success, let their reaction be a mirror of their struggles, not a measure of your value. Recognizing this allows you to detach from their negativity and preserve your peace of mind. The energy spent trying to change someone's perception or gain their validation is often wasted. Instead, redirect that energy toward nurturing relationships with those who genuinely uplift and support you. True friends and allies don't just celebrate your victories. They also stand by you during setbacks, offering encouragement and constructive feedback. As Seneca put it, associate with people who are likely to improve you. This advice is as timeless as it is practical. By surrounding yourself with individuals who celebrate your growth, you create a supportive environment where mutual success is valued, not resented. This choice not only protects your mental health, but also reinforces your ability to thrive in a world where genuine connections can feel increasingly rare. In navigating relationships where your achievements are dismissed or belittled, clarity and self-awareness are essential. A Stoic perspective encourages us to focus on what we can control, our responses, attitudes, and actions, rather than wasting energy on what lies beyond our influence, like another person's opinion. While it can be tempting to confront dismissive behavior head-on or to work harder to gain approval, a wiser path is to accept that not everyone will celebrate your successes or even understand them. This realization is liberating, freeing you from the unnecessary burden of pleasing others who are unwilling to appreciate your journey. In a world amplified by social media and constant connection, the need to feel seen and celebrated can be overwhelming. Yet, modern Stoicism reminds us to seek validation not from external applause but from the integrity of our actions. True fulfillment comes from knowing you've acted in alignment with your values and given your best effort. Celebrate your wins with those who genuinely care, those who see your hard work, understand your journey, and rejoice in your progress. These are the people who add meaning to your successes and offer strength during your struggles. Let go of the need to impress those who fail to recognize your worth, and focus instead on living with purpose and authenticity. Progress in life isn't about the number of people who cheer for you, but about the depth of connection you share with those who truly matter. Modern Stoicism teaches that the measure of success lies not in others' opinions, but in the steadfast pursuit of your goals and the cultivation of inner virtues. Align your actions with your values, and let that alignment guide your relationships, ensuring they are built on mutual respect, encouragement, and a shared commitment to growth. True success, after all, is not diminished by others' indifference but is amplified by the quiet confidence of living a life well aligned with your principles. Number 3. They constantly criticize you. People who constantly criticize you without offering constructive feedback are revealing something significant: a lack of genuine care for your well-being. In meaningful and supportive relationships, criticism is not wielded as a weapon to harm or demean, but rather as a tool to inspire growth and improvement. True feedback is delivered with thoughtfulness, empathy, and respect. It seeks to build you up, not tear you down. However, when someone's intent is purely destructive, their words often come across as harsh, unwarranted, and sharply focused on making you feel small or inadequate. These criticisms may zero in on various aspects of your life: your career, personal decisions, appearance, or even your personality. Over time, this barrage of negativity can corrode your sense of self-worth, leaving you questioning your value. Such treatment creates a toxic environment where you feel perpetually judged and never good enough, no matter how hard you try. To live well, it is crucial to differentiate between constructive criticism, which has your growth and best interests at heart, and destructive criticism, which serves only to undermine your confidence and foster insecurity. Constructive criticism is marked by clarity, actionable suggestions, and a tone that encourages rather than condemns. On the other hand, destructive criticism is vague, relentless, and often personal, designed to tear down rather than build up. As the Stoic philosopher Seneca aptly noted, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it." Time spent in the company of those who belittle you is time wasted, time that could instead be invested in nurturing relationships that uplift and empower you. Modern Stoicism reminds us of a vital truth. While we cannot control the words or actions of others, we have full authority over how we respond to them. Marcus Aurelius, a champion of Stoic thought, advised us to focus on the internal, our character, our reactions, and our choices, rather than the external forces beyond our control. Criticism is one such external force. If it comes with no intention of helping you grow and instead seeks to harm, the most stoic and self-respecting response is to refuse to let it affect you. Detaching yourself emotionally from these remarks can be liberating, allowing you to remain grounded in your own self-worth. Relationships are the cornerstone of a fulfilling life, and the people we allow into our inner circle play a significant role in shaping our experiences. Those who criticize with malice or disregard do not belong in that circle. Instead, prioritize relationships that foster mutual respect, encouragement, and authenticity. People who care about you will point out areas for improvement, but they will do so with kindness and understanding. They will provide guidance when needed and celebrate your successes without envy. Constructive criticism is an act of care, a way of showing investment in your personal and emotional growth. Destructive criticism, on the other hand, reflects the critic's insecurities or a lack of respect for you. Reflect on the words of Epictetus. First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. The first step to safeguarding your mental and emotional health is recognizing when a relationship is doing more harm than good. If someone's persistent negativity is stifling your growth, it's time to reevaluate their role in your life. Choose to surround yourself with individuals who challenge you in constructive ways, who inspire and uplift you rather than drag you down. Remember, you have the power to curate the company you keep. Life is far too precious to spend with those who thrive on your discomfort or take pleasure in pointing out your flaws. Instead, embrace relationships that inspire you to become the best version of yourself while preserving your dignity and self-esteem. Modern Stoicism encourages us to take ownership of our lives, focus on what we can control, and seek harmony in our interactions. You deserve to be supported, not diminished, and your journey to self-betterment should be met with encouragement, not obstacles. By recognizing the difference between helpful feedback and harmful criticism, you empower yourself to build a life filled with respect, kindness, and meaningful connections. Number 4. They don't respect your boundaries. Disrespect for your boundaries is one of the clearest signs that someone doesn't truly care about you. Boundaries, whether they are emotional, physical, or psychological, are the invisible lines that safeguard your well-being and sense of self. People who disregard these lines often reveal their lack of respect for your autonomy. They may push you into situations that make you uncomfortable, insist on making decisions on your behalf, or outright ignore your requests for space and time. Imagine someone repeatedly barging into your life, acting as if their needs matter more than your peace. It's draining, isn't it? Respectful relationships, however, are built on mutual understanding and care, where both parties honor each other's needs and limits. A person who truly values you will never pressure you into something you're not ready for, nor will they invade your personal space without your consent. Consider the story of Ravi, a young entrepreneur whose best friend, Sam, frequently interrupted his workdays with demands for help. Whether it was fixing Sam's car or proofreading his assignments at odd hours, Sam expected Ravi to drop everything. One day, when Ravi politely set boundaries and explained his commitments, Sam accused him of being selfish. That's when Ravi realized the relationship wasn't reciprocal. It revolved around Sam's convenience, not mutual respect. Have you ever felt like Ravi, as though someone in your life keeps pushing your limits without regard for your comfort or needs? If so, it's time to ask yourself whether such relationships are truly worth your energy. One of the Stoic secrets for handling such situations is rooted in the philosophy of self-control and rational detachment. As Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength." This wisdom teaches us that while you cannot control how others behave, you can control how you respond. When someone repeatedly crosses your boundaries, it's not just about their actions. It's about your willingness to tolerate it. Setting clear, firm boundaries is not a sign of hostility, but of self-respect. Communicate your needs directly, and don't shy away from holding people accountable when they overstep. What's stopping you from asserting your needs in relationships? What might change in your life if you started protecting your boundaries more intentionally? Healthy relationships thrive on a foundation of mutual respect, and boundaries are the cornerstone of that respect. When someone honors your limits, they show you that your comfort, well-being, and individuality matter to them. Conversely, those who repeatedly ignore your boundaries reveal their true priorities, and they likely don't include your peace of mind. Reflect on the people in your life. Do their actions align with a respect for your autonomy, or do they challenge it? If the latter, it's worth considering whether such relationships deserve a place in your life. The lesson here is not to build walls around yourself, but to ensure that the doors to your life only open for those who respect your space. Boundaries are not just barriers. They're bridges that connect you to others in a way that feels safe and fulfilling. Embrace the Stoic secrets of self-awareness and intentionality. By doing so, you create room for relationships that nurture rather than deplete you, ensuring that you live with the dignity and respect that every individual deserves. How will you begin honoring your boundaries today? We're so grateful to have you as part of our community. Have you ever faced a situation where someone disregarded your boundaries? How did you handle it? Share your insights. Your experiences could inspire others to take action in their own lives. Not sure what to say? No worries. Just leave a comment with something simple like, "Respect starts with boundaries." Let's keep this conversation going. It's your voice that makes this space a source of growth and inspiration for all of us. Number 5. They are never happy for your success. One clear and painful sign that someone doesn't genuinely care about you is their inability to be happy for your success. Whether you achieve a promotion, reach a personal goal, or celebrate a major milestone, their response may be marked by indifference, jealousy, or passive-aggressive remarks. Rather than congratulating you, they might downplay your efforts, shift focus to themselves, or make subtle comments that undermine your accomplishment. This behavior often stems from insecurities and a belief that your achievements highlight their own perceived shortcomings. As Epictetus said, "It is impossible for a man to learn what he thinks he already knows." Such envy is more about their struggles than your worth, while true friends see your success as a reflection of your dedication and celebrate it wholeheartedly. In today's fast-paced world, where societal pressures equate worth with achievements, some view others' success as a reminder of their own unmet goals. Modern Stoicism offers a way to rise above this negativity by encouraging us to focus on our virtues rather than external validation. Marcus Aurelius said, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." By following this wisdom, you can navigate dismissive behavior with confidence. Understanding it reflects their inner conflicts, not your value. This mindset helps you stay grounded and focus on relationships that nurture and uplift your growth. Dealing with people who can't celebrate your wins requires resilience. Their reactions are beyond your control, but your response is within it. Instead of seeking their approval, prioritize building connections with those who genuinely share in your joy. As Seneca advised, associate with people who are likely to improve you. Surround yourself with individuals who inspire positivity and growth, offering genuine encouragement rather than veiled resentment. These relationships form a supportive network that fuels both happiness and progress. In a world where achievements are often shared on social media, negative or indifferent reactions can sting. Modern Stoicism reminds us not to let external opinions dictate our self-worth. As Epictetus taught, don't explain your philosophy, embody it. Celebrate your success authentically without seeking validation from those who refuse to acknowledge your efforts. Focus instead on people who honor your journey, cheering you on in both triumphs and challenges. Recognizing patterns in those who downplay your success is crucial for protecting your emotional well-being. Many view life through a competitive lens, believing that someone else's progress diminishes their own. True relationships, however, thrive on mutual respect, where success is shared and celebrated as a collective victory. By cultivating connections with those who genuinely care, you create an environment that fosters growth and fulfillment. The key to handling dismissive behavior lies in prioritizing your mental and emotional health. Let go of seeking approval from those who won't celebrate your success, and invest in relationships that inspire and encourage you. True success, as modern Stoicism teaches, isn't defined by others' opinions, but by aligning your actions with your values. Celebrate your achievements with those who genuinely care, for they bring meaning and strength to your journey, ensuring it remains fulfilling and aligned with your principles. Number 6. They gossip about you behind your back. People who gossip about you behind your back demonstrate a profound disregard for your well-being and the trust you've placed in them. Gossip is not merely idle chatter. It is often a calculated act of betrayal aimed at undermining your reputation or stirring unnecessary drama. Instead of offering support or understanding during challenging times, individuals who gossip choose to expose your vulnerabilities or misrepresent your actions, presenting them to others in a distorted or negative light. This behavior reflects a lack of loyalty, respect, and consideration for your feelings, and it often serves their selfish need for attention or validation. As Epictetus observed, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." People who care about you listen with empathy and respect, rather than spreading private matters to those who have no business hearing them. Gossiping is particularly harmful when it spreads falsehoods or twists facts, leading to misunderstandings that can severely damage your relationships, reputation, or peace of mind. In the modern world, where information spreads rapidly and misinformation can easily be taken as truth, this betrayal feels even more acute. Someone who truly values your friendship or relationship will confide in you directly about concerns, rather than airing grievances to others. The act of gossiping behind your back is not only disrespectful, but also emotionally painful when discovered, leaving you questioning the trust you've built with that person. Such behavior is the antithesis of a strong relationship, which should be founded on trust, honesty, and mutual respect. Modern Stoicism encourages us to focus on our own actions and reactions rather than the conduct of others. Marcus Aurelius wisely noted, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength." While it's painful to discover that someone has been gossiping about you, remember that their words reflect their character, not yours. You cannot control the behavior of others, but you can choose how you respond. Instead of allowing gossip to provoke anger or insecurity, use it as an opportunity to evaluate the relationship and set boundaries that protect your emotional health. Distancing yourself from those who indulge in gossip is not an act of hostility, but one of self-respect and preservation. In modern life, gossip is not confined to private whispers. It often extends to social media, where false narratives can reach a larger audience and cause even greater harm. This makes it all the more important to surround yourself with people who prioritize honesty and transparency. As the Stoics taught, focus on aligning your actions with virtue and let go of concerns about others' opinions. People who truly care about you will respect your privacy and value your trust. They will refrain from spreading unkind words behind your back because they understand the weight of loyalty and the damage gossip can cause. Protecting your emotional well-being begins with recognizing the signs of unhealthy relationships and making intentional choices to cultivate connections built on integrity and respect. Gossipers thrive on drama and division, but you have the power to shield yourself from their negativity by maintaining your composure and refusing to engage in similar behavior. Instead, seek out individuals who bring positivity and authenticity to your life. Modern Stoicism emphasizes the importance of focusing on what you can control, and in this case, that means choosing your circle wisely and acting in a manner that reflects your own principles. You deserve relationships that uplift and honor you, not ones that subject you to the harm of baseless rumors and betrayal. Number 7. They are unreliable. Unreliability is one of the clearest signs that someone doesn't truly care about you. When someone values your presence and well-being, they strive to be dependable, honor their commitments, and show up when they say they will. But when a person consistently cancels plans at the last minute, fails to follow through on promises, or offers flimsy excuses, it becomes evident that you aren't a priority to them. Think about how it feels to be left waiting, wondering why. They didn't show up only to receive a casual excuse, or worse, no explanation at all. It's frustrating, isn't it? The emotional toll of depending on unreliable people can leave you drained and questioning whether the effort you're putting into the relationship is being reciprocated. Relationships thrive on mutual reliability, and when someone repeatedly lets you down, it's not just inconvenient. It's a sign that they don't respect your time or value the effort you're investing. Imagine the story of Alex and his coworker Mia, who had agreed to help him prepare for an important presentation. Mia enthusiastically promised her support, but when the deadline loomed, she backed out with a vague excuse, leaving Alex scrambling. This wasn't the first time Mia had failed to keep her word, but it was the moment Alex realized he couldn't rely on her. Have you ever been in Alex's shoes, counting on someone who repeatedly lets you down? It's a difficult realization, but it's one that forces you to confront the value, or lack thereof, that they bring to your life. When someone shows you through their actions that they're unreliable, it's an opportunity to reflect on whether their behavior aligns with your expectations for a meaningful relationship. One of the Stoic secrets to navigating unreliable relationships is accepting that people reveal their priorities through their actions, not their words. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, "You have to be like a rock that the waves keep crashing over. It stands unmoved, and the raging of the sea stills around it." This wisdom teaches us to remain grounded and avoid emotional turmoil over things we cannot control, like the behavior of others. When someone repeatedly breaks their promises, it's not your responsibility to fix them. It's your responsibility to decide how much access they should have to your life. Ask yourself, how much of my time and energy am I willing to give to someone who doesn't respect it? Could I channel that energy into people who consistently show up for me instead? Reliability is the bedrock of trust and care. When someone is dependable, they communicate that your relationship matters to them, that your time and feelings are worth honoring. But when they are unreliable, they convey the opposite, that their convenience outweighs your needs. Reflect, on your relationships and consider whether the people you surround yourself with are lifting you up or letting you down. What might change in your life if you set firmer boundaries with those who repeatedly disappoint you? By doing so, you can protect your emotional well-being and create space for more fulfilling, supportive connections. The key lesson here is that you deserve relationships built on trust, respect, and mutual effort. When someone shows you they can't be counted on, believe them and adjust accordingly. Embrace the Stoic secrets of self-control and discernment, allowing you to let go of unrewarding relationships without resentment. By focusing your energy on those who value your presence and time, you enrich your life with deeper, more meaningful connections. What steps will you take today to prioritize the people who truly care for you? Number 8. They ignore your needs. A clear sign that someone doesn't truly care about you is their consistent tendency to ignore your needs, whether emotional, physical, or mental. When you open up about your concerns or ask for support, they may brush you off, dismiss your feelings, or make you feel as though your needs are insignificant. This lack of empathy often reveals their unwillingness to invest in your well-being. People who genuinely care about you will prioritize your needs when you express them, offering a listening ear, thoughtful validation, and support when appropriate. As Marcus Aurelius wisely noted in Meditations, be tolerant with others and strict with yourself. A caring individual takes responsibility for their role in your life, acknowledging the importance of supporting those they value. When someone continually disregards your needs, it signals a one-sided relationship, leaving you to question the emotional investment of the other party. In modern life, where distractions and self-centered behavior can sometimes dominate relationships, this kind of neglect has become alarmingly common. Modern Stoicism offers a helpful framework for addressing such behavior, teaching us to recognize what we can control and what lies beyond our influence. As Epictetus advised, first say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. This principle reminds us that while we cannot force others to care for us or meet our needs, we can take control of our own responses and choose to align ourselves with people who demonstrate mutual respect and care. By understanding the value of relationships that nurture rather than drain, we can better protect our emotional health. Ignoring someone's needs is often rooted in a lack of emotional maturity or an unwillingness to empathize. This behavior can create a damaging dynamic in which you constantly feel undervalued or unsupported. True connections require effort and mutual understanding, where each party acknowledges the other's needs and works to provide encouragement, even during difficult times. Seneca once said, "Wherever there is a human being, there is an opportunity for kindness." Recognizing the absence of such kindness in a relationship can help you evaluate its worth and decide whether it deserves your continued energy. In the context of modern Stoicism, relationships must align with your core values. When someone ignores your needs repeatedly, they undermine the foundation of trust and reciprocity required for a meaningful bond. Instead of allowing such behavior to diminish your self-worth, reflect on what is within your control, your decision to prioritize relationships that uplift and respect you. Surround yourself with individuals who respond to your emotional needs with attentiveness and compassion, for these are the connections that bring fulfillment and growth. Recognizing the pattern of someone ignoring your needs is not about blaming or resenting them, but about understanding your own boundaries and values. If a relationship fails to meet your emotional needs, it's a sign to reassess and refocus your energy. Modern Stoicism reminds us to seek peace and clarity in our interactions by ensuring they align with our principles. Let go of relationships that disregard your well-being, and instead, invest in those that honor and nurture your humanity. True care is reflected not in words but in actions, and by choosing to surround yourself with those who consistently show empathy and kindness, you create a life of meaningful and supportive relationships. You're halfway through the video, and I wanted to take a moment to commend you for taking the time to reflect on the relationships in your life and strive to build a better, healthier future for yourself. I humbly ask that you leave a comment below. It helps the channel immensely and lets me know how this content resonates with you. If you're not sure what to comment, just share a simple thought like, "Empathy builds real relationships." And don't forget to check out Part B, which I'm sure will support your journey to living a life of purpose and peace. Let's continue to grow together. To wrap up Section A, the signs outlined above clearly indicate one thing. People who don't truly care about you tend to appear only when they need something from you and don't prioritize the relationship or your well-being. They show a lack of respect, fail to celebrate your success, and often create a sense of insecurity in the relationship. These signs not only affect your emotional state, but also weaken the genuine connection between you and them. Ways to protect yourself. Now that you've identified these signs, you're better equipped to understand the people around you and the relationships you're maintaining. So how can you protect yourself and build healthier, more fulfilling connections? To avoid falling into the trap of those who don't care, it's crucial to set clear boundaries and cultivate positive environments around you. Stay tuned to discover practical strategies for protecting yourself and building lasting, non-toxic relationships. Number 1. Set clear boundaries. Setting clear boundaries is one of the most vital acts of self-preservation and self-respect, especially when dealing with people who don't genuinely care about you. Boundaries are not about shutting others out. Rather, they define the limits of your personal space, physical, emotional, and mental, and ensure that those around you understand and respect them. People who disregard these boundaries often push you into uncomfortable situations, compelling you to compromise your values, needs, or comfort. This behavior signals a lack of concern for your well-being, and without firm boundaries, you may find yourself manipulated, overextended, or emotionally drained. As Marcus Aurelius advised in Meditations, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength. In setting boundaries, you exercise this power, reclaiming control over how you allow others to treat you and how you invest your time and energy. Establishing boundaries requires courage, particularly if you've become accustomed to putting others' needs ahead of your own. However, it's an essential step for cultivating relationships built on mutual respect and trust. When you clearly communicate what behavior is acceptable and what crosses the line, you assert not only your needs but also your inherent value as a person. Boundaries signal to others that you respect yourself enough to prioritize your emotional and mental well-being, and in turn, they encourage others to treat you with the same respect. This is not an act of selfishness. It is a profound act of self-care and a declaration of your self-worth. Seneca's timeless wisdom reminds us, "He who is brave is free." In this context, bravery lies in defining and defending your boundaries without guilt or fear of disapproval. In modern life, where personal and professional demands often blur the lines of our time and energy, the practice of setting boundaries has become even more crucial. For instance, consider how often we feel pressured to answer work emails late at night or to say yes to commitments that leave us overwhelmed. Without boundaries, this pressure grows unchecked, leading to burnout and resentment. Modern Stoicism emphasizes the importance of focusing on what you can control, and setting boundaries is a powerful example of this principle in action. By clearly defining your limits, you take control of your time, energy, and relationships, allowing you to direct them toward people and activities that align with your values. Setting boundaries can feel uncomfortable, especially if you fear conflict or disappointing others, but the long-term benefits far outweigh the initial unease. Boundaries enable you to foster relationships that are nurturing and supportive rather than draining or toxic. They create a framework for accountability, ensuring that others understand how to interact with you respectfully. For example, if a friend consistently dismisses your feelings, setting a boundary might involve explaining how their behavior affects you and making it clear that such dismissiveness will no longer be tolerated. This act of clarity and self-respect can often transform relationships for the better. But if the other person refuses to honor your boundaries, it is a signal to reevaluate their place in your life. Modern Stoicism teaches us to act with integrity and intention, both of which are at the heart of setting boundaries. When you set and enforce boundaries, you honor your values and assert your right to live authentically. It's not about controlling others, but about taking responsibility for how you allow them to affect you. This clarity of purpose not only protects you from manipulation and harm, but also encourages you to cultivate relationships that are uplifting and genuine. Remember, relationships built on mutual respect thrive when both parties understand and honor each other's limits. Boundaries, therefore, are not barriers. They are bridges to healthier connections and a more balanced life. By recognizing the importance of boundaries and implementing them with firmness and compassion, you create an environment where your emotional well-being can flourish. Those who respect your boundaries demonstrate their care for you, while those who push against them reveal their disregard. Protect your energy, honor your values, and surround yourself with individuals who support your growth and happiness. As Epictetus wisely noted, know first who you are and then adorn yourself accordingly. This begins with defining your boundaries and staying true to them. Modern Stoicism reminds us that we cannot control the actions of others, but we can control the standards we set for how we are treated, ensuring that our relationships nurture rather than diminish us. Number 2, focus on self-care and self-love. Focusing on self-care and self-love is one of the most transformative ways to safeguard your emotional well-being and build a life grounded in strength, clarity, and resilience. Prioritizing your own needs isn't selfish. It's the foundation for a balanced and fulfilling existence. When you take the time to nurture yourself, you create a sense of stability and confidence that enables you to face challenges with grace and manage relationships, whether positive or challenging, with greater wisdom and ease. Self-care isn't limited to occasional treats or moments of relaxation. It's a daily practice of honoring your physical, emotional, and mental health. It can take the form of simple, consistent habits, going for walks to clear your thoughts, dedicating time to hobbies that bring you joy, or even something as fundamental as making sure you get enough sleep. Each act, no matter how small, reinforces the message that your well-being matters. Self-love, on the other hand, is about building a deep connection with yourself. It means recognizing your intrinsic worth and treating yourself with kindness and forgiveness. It's about learning to quiet that inner critic and replacing judgment with compassion, just as you would for a cherished friend. Self-love also involves letting go of the need for constant approval from others. When you understand your own value, you become less dependent on external validation and more attuned to whether a relationship or situation aligns with your highest good. Loving yourself is not just about appreciating who you are, but also about having the courage to demand what you deserve. Consider Emma, a graphic designer who spent years prioritizing the needs of others above her own. She was constantly seeking approval from her friends and colleagues, often saying yes to requests that drained her energy and took time away from the things she loved. After a particularly exhausting year, Emma realized she was burnt out and unhappy. She made a decision to put herself first. She started small, journaling every morning to process her thoughts, setting firm boundaries at work to protect her time, and declining social invitations that didn't align with her goals. These simple changes had a profound impact. Over time, Emma began to notice a shift in her relationships. The people who truly valued her respected her boundaries and supported her journey. Those who didn't faded from her life, leaving space for more meaningful and uplifting connections. Have you ever been in Emma's shoes, pouring your energy into pleasing others at the expense of your own happiness? What could change in your life if you redirected that energy toward your own growth? One of the Stoic secrets to cultivating self-love is understanding that your worth is innate and unshakable. Epictetus, a Stoic philosopher, wisely said, "Know first who you are, and then adorn yourself accordingly." This insight reminds us that true self-love begins with self-awareness. When you know your strengths, values, and needs, you naturally start to align your actions with your sense of worth. This clarity empowers you to let go of relationships and habits that undermine your peace. It's not about shutting people out, but about ensuring that your relationships enhance, rather than diminish, your sense of self-respect. What would it look like to honor your needs today? How might your relationships evolve if you prioritized your well-being? The beauty of self-care and self-love lies in their transformative power. They help you develop the strength to set boundaries without guilt, Walk away from toxic dynamics and cultivate relationships that reflect your value. By consistently nurturing your mind, body, and soul, you build resilience to navigate life's challenges with grace. This resilience not only protects you but also attracts the right people and experiences into your life, those that uplift and inspire you. Remember, the journey of self-love and self-care isn't about perfection, it's about progress. Each small act of kindness toward yourself builds a foundation for a life filled with greater joy, connection, and meaning. By embracing these Stoic secrets, you open the door to a more fulfilling existence. So how will you start showing yourself the love and care you deserve today? Number 3. Surround yourself with positive influences. The people you surround yourself with profoundly shape your emotional health, mindset, and overall well-being. If you want to safeguard yourself from negativity and foster personal growth, it's essential to cultivate relationships with individuals who genuinely care for you and bring positivity into your life. Positive influences are those who inspire, encourage, and stand by you through both triumphs and challenges. These people don't merely tolerate your presence, they uplift you with their energy, listen attentively to your concerns, and offer constructive feedback that helps you grow. They celebrate your victories with genuine joy and empathize with your struggles, never making you feel judged or diminished. As Seneca wisely said, associate with people who are likely to improve you. This timeless advice underscores the importance of surrounding yourself with people who align with your values and respect your boundaries, as such relationships create a sturdy support system that nurtures your emotional and mental health. Today's fast-paced, hyper-connected world, it is all too easy to fall into relationships that drain rather than energize. Modern Stoicism provides a powerful framework for evaluating these connections, teaching us to focus on the things we can control, such as the quality of our relationships, rather than trying to change the unchangeable. Marcus Aurelius advised, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This principle applies to your choice of companions. While you cannot control how others behave, you can choose who to welcome into your inner circle. By distancing yourself from toxic individuals, those who bring negativity, manipulation, or judgment, and instead investing in relationships with people who uplift you, you create a nurturing environment that allows you to be your authentic self without fear. Positive relationships are more than just enjoyable, they are foundational to your personal growth. People who inspire and support you often challenge you in healthy ways, helping you reach your potential without tearing you down. They encourage resilience, offering the motivation and emotional strength needed to navigate life's challenges. In contrast, toxic influences drain your energy and undermine your self-esteem, hindering your ability to thrive. As Epictetus taught, the key is to keep company only with people who uplift you, whose presence calls forth your best. This guidance is especially relevant in the context of modern Stoicism, which emphasizes aligning your life with your values and focusing on what truly matters. By choosing companions who align with these principles, you cultivate a life rich in encouragement, accountability, and shared purpose. In modern life, where digital and physical relationships often blur, it is important to be discerning about the company you keep. Social media, for example, can amplify both positivity and negativity in your interactions, making it crucial to recognize which connections add value to your life and which do not. Modern Stoicism encourages you to evaluate your relationships not by their quantity, but by their quality, ensuring that those closest to you contribute to your growth and happiness. Surround yourself with individuals who share your goals and values and who encourage you to live with integrity and purpose. These connections act as a buffer against life's challenges and a source of joy during its triumphs. The people you allow into your life play a significant role in shaping who you are and who you can become. Recognizing the importance of surrounding yourself with positive influences is not just a practical step, but a profound act of self-care. Let go of toxic connections without guilt, knowing that your energy is better spent cultivating meaningful relationships with those who genuinely care about your well-being. In doing so, you create a life filled with encouragement, mutual respect, and shared growth, a life where you can truly thrive. As you embrace these principles, remember that true fulfillment lies in relationships that enrich your journey, offering support and positivity every step of the way. If you've made it this far, you're truly committed to seeking wisdom and living intentionally. Take a moment to reflect on the people around you. Are they lifting you up and inspiring you, or holding you back? Share your thoughts in the comments below, or let us know your commitment to positive relationships by leaving a simple message like "Positivity fuels growth." Your voice matters, and your participation inspires us to continue creating content that supports your journey of self-discovery and growth. Let's continue to build a community rooted in encouragement, resilience, and shared wisdom. Because there's only one final lesson left on this journey, so hang in there. Number 4. Let go of toxic relationships. Letting go of toxic relationships, while one of the most emotionally challenging decisions, is also among the most liberating actions you can take for your well-being. Toxic people have a way of draining your energy, undermining your confidence, and creating a storm of unnecessary emotional turmoil. They disregard your boundaries, dismiss your feelings, and often manipulate you into believing you are less valuable than you truly are. These individuals feed on control and chaos, leaving you emotionally exhausted and questioning your worth. The philosopher Epictetus once said, "The key is to keep company only with people who uplift you, whose presence calls forth your best." This timeless wisdom reminds us that your surroundings deeply influence your state of mind, and shedding toxic relationships is an act of reclaiming your peace and potential. While it is natural to feel pain or guilt when ending a relationship, it's important to recognize that some connections hinder your growth rather than foster it. Toxic relationships act like weights pulling you down when you are trying to rise. Whether it's a friend who constantly criticizes, a partner who dismisses your feelings, or a family member who manipulates you, the result is the same. Your emotional health suffers. Letting go of such relationships is not about cruelty or vengeance. It is about protecting your mental clarity and emotional balance. Modern Stoicism encourages us to focus on what truly matters and to let go of things that do not serve our highest good. This includes relationships that perpetuate negativity or inhibit your growth. Walking away from toxicity opens up a vital space for healing and reflection. It allows you to identify patterns, rebuild your confidence, and recognize your worth. More importantly, it gives you the freedom to cultivate healthier, more meaningful relationships. These are the relationships that nurture your emotional health and help you grow into the best version of yourself. Letting go also sets a precedent for how others should treat you. It communicates that you respect yourself enough to reject mistreatment and prioritize your well-being. In the words of Seneca, associate with people who are likely to improve you. By removing toxic influences, you create room for these positive, uplifting connections to take root in your life. In today's fast-paced and interconnected world, toxic relationships often extend beyond physical presence into digital interactions. Social media, for example, can become a breeding ground for toxic dynamics, where unkind comments or passive-aggressive posts amplify emotional distress. Recognizing these patterns and setting boundaries, whether through muting, unfollowing, or walking away altogether, is an essential step in protecting your peace. Modern Stoicism teaches us to focus on what we can control, and while you cannot control how others behave, you can absolutely choose how you respond. Removing toxic people from your life is not an act of weakness, but one of strength and self-respect. Letting go of a toxic relationship is a declaration that you deserve better, that you are worthy of love, respect, and kindness. It is an act of courage, often requiring you to confront uncomfortable truths and overcome emotional attachments. However, the result is a life with fewer distractions and more clarity. You create the emotional and mental space needed to focus on your personal growth, passions, and relationships that uplift you. As Marcus Aurelius wisely noted, the soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. Surrounding yourself with people who encourage positive thinking and personal growth ensures that your life is filled with vibrancy and purpose, rather than the darkness of negativity. Letting go of toxic relationships is about reclaiming your power and prioritizing your happiness. You owe it to yourself to be surrounded by individuals who genuinely care about your well-being, rather than those who weigh you down with their negativity. It's not about walking away in anger, but about choosing peace and creating a life filled with people and experiences that support your emotional and mental health. In doing so, you embrace the core tenets of modern Stoicism, focusing on what you can control and living a life of purpose, clarity, and virtue. By removing toxic influences, you make room for the relationships and opportunities that align with the person you aspire to be, ensuring that your life reflects the dignity and strength you truly deserve. Thank you for joining us on today's journey into the 8 behaviors of people who don't care about you, and how Stoicism can guide us in recognizing and navigating these challenges. Remember, protecting your emotional well-being starts with understanding the signs of toxic relationships and taking deliberate steps to surround yourself with people who truly uplift and support you. Set boundaries, practice self-love, and invest in connections that are built on mutual respect and trust, because you deserve nothing less. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, share it with others who might benefit from these insights, and subscribe to Stoic in Your Life for more wisdom rooted in Stoicism. And don't forget to turn on notifications so you won't miss any of our upcoming videos. Thank you for being part of our community, and we'll see you next time.